Hello, everyone, and welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to our 2025 open house. It's wild to put those numbers out there already. I don't feel like I'm ready for 2025. So happy to have you all here and so thrilled to kick off tonight. And this is going to be an amazing night. We have a heck of a lineup ahead of us. So I am elated to share with you. One of the most challenging things is we just brainstorm all these things behind the scenes and then we have to wait to tell you. So I'm so excited to just unload and share all of this awesomeness with you all this evening. So before we get started, hi Kyla, hi Ashley. Hello, folks. Welcome to Kim. Hello, many Kims here. Tamara, Kendra, so many familiar names here. And welcome to our new folks as well. I'm so happy to have you. Hi, Audra. Thrilled to have so many people here. My name's Mr. Sam. If we haven't had the privilege yet, I am the founder and head of school here at Young Scholars Academy, and I am buzzing to be with you. Whether this is your first open house or you've been with us for 4+ years, I'm pumped to have you here, and I'm really excited. So, Young Scholars Academy is a virtual enrichment program that offers strength-based enrichment courses, hour-a-week courses, and tonight, this open house is all about helping you explore our village. So, I could tell you all night how awesome we are, but I'm going to let someone else speak for me quickly here first.
It's like there's stuff for little kids and big kids in the summer and not. You can do Minecraft, you can do superheroes, and way more things. It's so cool. I think you should join. You may like it.
Okay, there you go. I couldn't have said it better myself. So there's a lot going on here, and we're going to get into all that stuff that this student was talking about for little kids and big kids, and we're going to get into a lot more. But before we go any further, I feel compelled to just say something. I don't know if you saw the site. I don't know if you saw that Temple Grandin is coming to talk to Young Scholars Academy, because I had the chance to meet Temple when I went to Colorado Gifted and spoke there, and we connected and have been messaging and had a phone call the other day. And I said, "Hey, would you come talk to our families?" And she called me instantly from the airport and said, "Yes, talk to my assistant." So our enrolled families are going to have, for those of you not familiar, Temple Grandin has been named as one of Time top 100 people to know, right? One of the reasons I got into this field, and one of the reasons many people have, and she's going to come and talk to you exclusively, where you can ask your questions and get real FaceTime, because that's just one of the amazing perks of coming and being a part of our community. Okay, so buzzing about that. All right, let's get a little overview of the night before we go any further. So we are going to do a lot tonight. All right, we're going to be first making sure that you stay till the end, because I'm going to give you some stuff at the end. We're going to do a raffle for some discounted courses, and we are also going to do a code that you can use to get 5% off and some other stuff. So please make sure you take advantage of all that and stay all the way till the end. Also, we've got a new schedule here. So first we're going to get a story from a student and father. Then we're going to do a little overview of our courses. Then our returning families, you know who you are, families who are already part of our community. You're going to go into breakout rooms and you'll have 45 minutes with our teachers. You're going to float around, treat it like a brick and mortar back to school night. Right? Our new families, you're going to stick around with me. Sorry, I'm not as cool as our teachers, but you're going to stick around with me for a couple minutes, and then we're going to discuss. I'll explain a little bit about YSA, and then I'm going to have you join and float around in all the different sessions, just like you would at a brick and mortar school where you go classroom to classroom and meet everybody and ask your questions. And then we're going to come back, close out, and have an amazing night. And I will stay until I answer everyone's questions. I don't want you leaving with any questions. So before we dive in, a couple little housekeeping notes real quick. I want to ask that you pretty please, if you're comfortable, have your cameras on. It's way more fun to see you. It's way more fun to have this connection. Again, I hope everyone shows up. We had 175 people RSVP. And also to this end, I want to ask you to be present. I know it's such a busy world. There are so many different distractions. We only do this once. And while we're recording this part, you won't have a recording of the breakout rooms and all of that. So please, please, please make sure that you're present. Put that phone on do not disturb and try to be here now, because we're talking about supporting your kid from January to June, right? So this is a one-shot kind of deal here. It's a lot of work to get this together. Okay, and last thing, if you could rename yourself, if you're a YSA parent already, if you could name yourself as you and your kiddo, that would be really helpful. Or if you're a new family and you want to put your kiddo's name in your name, that's way helpful for us, because, well, we don't always get to talk to you so much, so we get to talk to your kids. Okay, so a couple updates before we hear from one of our incredible families. I am, again, buzzing with excitement here. So let me show you something here. We have so many new classes and three new mentors to share with you. So there is a lot here. We have AP crash courses. These are 17-week courses where your kiddo can explore like high-level content. We have some life skills courses like internet safety and a lot of the things our community's been asking for. We have social skills. We finally created some courses I've really wanted to. GSA LGBTQ plus club. We have advocacy. We have a feminism group. In the STEAM world, we've got Arduino robotics. So we're going to be coding and building physical things. And later, more courses for older teens and more courses later in the day. Paleontology, Unity, so many different classes. If I go over here, there's more art classes. We have a college level portfolio course helping your kids, express themselves successfully to colleges and learn how to communicate their strengths. And oh my goodness, so much more. Wonders of the world, criminal justice. Oh goodness, we're going to get into all that later. So there's a lot. Additionally, I want to share a couple other updates with you. There's over 150 hours a week of courses right now. So you have constant courses from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific time. So no matter your schedule, we have courses for you. We have families in one of our families we're going to hear from tonight lives in Peru. We have families in Australia, in Asia, in Europe. We have a student taking an AP class at 2 a.m. because he's in Switzerland. The ultimate story, by the way. Anytime you have a student who's not motivated, I'm like, think about Lucas, right? I won't bring that up right now, though. There are so many different things, and I want to talk finances for a quick second. We've set it up so that you can pay 10% down on classes, right? I want you to have no risk and no barrier to entry. So I'm also sharing our 100% guarantee, which is basically this. If you're not in love with the class, you let us know and we stop future payments. Okay? You're not taking any risk, we are. And I know what we're doing works. So I want to take all that off you so that you can be here and join our community because I can't stand anything more than when parents say, oh, I was too afraid to, it was too big of a risk, etc. So we'll talk about that. One other big thing is social clubs. Okay, I want to explain this. We have, social clubs. When you enroll, I think a lot of people don't know this. When you enroll in Young Scholars Academy classes, you're going to get social clubs at no extra cost or at a discount. Okay, so that means that your kiddo has a home base. They can float around, and we'll talk more about that later. We have our newsletter. We have more support. We have all these experts like Temple Grandin, we just said, Sandra Clifton, Dr. Danica Maddox, Tosha Shore. All these folks are coming, and our parent Facebook group. Okay, so that is a lot. You don't want to hear from me online. So let me stop talking for a moment. And I want to bring people up who are more important, who can tell you what it's like to be Young Scholars Academy families. So Fabrizio and Alonzo, I'm going to ask you to unmute pretty please. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Excellent. So Fabrizio and Alonzo, thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm so excited to share your YSA journey with everyone. And I ask permission to say this, but you're joining us from Peru, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That is so incredible. Like when I had this dream of Young Scholars Academy, of taking bright, quirky students from all over the world and bringing them together, people who are not necessarily in an area where they can find their people, where you can come together online. You're already getting love in the chat right now, by the way, Alonzo.
Yeah.
All capitals. I love it. So, Alonzo, let me start with you, bud, since you're one of our amazing students. I want
Totally.
to ask you, how has YSA positively impacted you?
Well, in terms for me, the courses I'm taking are songwriting and film, like analysis. And for me overall, it has just been totally like it's helped me be more comfortable with like sharing like my songwriting, but also like what my film analysis and overall like to the public and to other people, because like I am very shy and socially awkward at times. So like sometimes I don't have feel like totally comfortable with my own work. But just the classes like that I've been taking over the past few months, they've not only been like really like educational and like fun, but they've also like just made me build that like confidence to like truly like share everything that I have like to other people, and it's made me feel much more comfortable with my own like artistic body of work. So I definitely want to appreciate everyone here for that, and it's definitely been a huge changer in my life in the past few months.
Isn't that what we're all looking for? I thank you so much for saying that. I really
Oh,
appreciate you. And I would, if I may just ask a follow-up. First of all, I'm sorry that you felt negative before, and I'm so happy and
fine.
thankful that you're
Okay.
feeling this way now. My
Mhm.
question, bud, what's happening here that's making you feel good about your work and comfortable with other students, if I can ask you that?
That's a really good question, and I have to say that it's just I feel like the like quality of the classes and like teachers that I've had here. Songwriting and film is taught by Katie, and it's been really fun. Just like not only every class do we actually like learn new stuff that I like don't know like about like the filmmaking process, but also like songwriting, but also like at the start of classes like we're free to like share like our own like not only stuff but also like what we've been listening to or watching over the past few weeks. And it's not only like just really important and valuable to have like new information as it's learned, but also like to be able to just like chat around like just in general like to other stuff related still related to the course. But it's just been really fun to not only like learn and like build up that like confidence, but also like be able to talk about like your inspirations and other stuff. And it's definitely very welcoming, and I've just had a great time here. That's all I really gotta say.
I love that so much. And I just want to point out that one of the things about being with your people is nothing to do with what you learn, and it's everything to do with how we interact, right? I think I'm hearing you, Alonzo, say, your favorite thing is being able to talk about the stuff you like with other
Yes,
people like you.
absolutely.
And that's so rare.
Hmm.
And that's such a special thing. I appreciate you saying that. Can I
Absolutely.
ask you, are there any standout moments that come? You just shared some beautiful ones. Are there any? And I can see Katie smiling ear to ear when you talked about songwriting, and just wrote a nice message in the chat. Are there any standout moments for you that come to mind when you think about Young Scholars Academy?
But I think like to me it's just like that excitement like every week like for the first few classes I felt a bit nervous because like I hadn't taken them before. Like it felt definitely like as I said I was like much more nervous with like sharing my own stuff. But then like as the classes began to like continue, it just felt really welcoming, and that's helped a lot. And it's just a standout moment to me like every week, like just anticipating to be able to actually like join a class and just for now like not only learn but also like talk about our own interests related to like film and songwriting. It's just absolutely awesome, and I would like to thank you and everyone involved in this.
You are the
uh
sweetest. We're lucky to have you. And one of
Thank
my
you.
favorite things about having families come and speak is that I ask the teachers, hey, who should come talk? And I love seeing all these teachers say really positive stuff. And your name quickly rose to the top of the list with Katie
Really.
and Miss Jackson talking about how we have to have you, and how magical you are and how radiant and warm you are. And I just feel so lucky that you're in our community. So thank
Oh
you.
yeah, thank you.
Um,
Absolutely.
one
Well,
last message for you, and then I want to go to your dad. Is there
all right.
anything for families who haven't been a part of this community yet? Is there anything that you want them to know about Young Scholars Academy?
Yeah, thank you for asking that actually. I want like families to know like if you're here for like the first time, I definitely want you to know that it may seem challenging, it may seem nerve-wracking for not only like parents but also students for the first like because it's obviously like such a like different like learning experience. It may seem like something that's like nerve-wracking in general, but like I just want to say like just have fun and just be able to enjoy the experience because it's totally great. And like no matter what course you're taking, because there's so much diversity here, I think there's everything something suited for everyone here. And so like I just want you to know that like just feel free, just like ask any questions, like it's totally fine because the people here like they definitely like are have a great like knowledge and like I've built like it's just really like I'm sorry, I have a hard time putting it into words. Like it's helped me like build like much stronger like connections with other people, but also like with myself and be able to like acknowledge and understand a lot of the things that like come about with like my own life journey. And so like as I said, it may seem challenging, and I totally get that. It was challenging for me for a bit, but afterwards you will be greeted with an absolutely amazing experience over the next few months or whatever you take whatever time you take, you will be absolutely delighted. I
I
would.
thank you so much for saying that, and thank you again for sharing. And I appreciate you mentioning, learning more about others and connecting with others, and also learning more about yourself. And you're right. I mean, a lot of people, it's scary to try something new and to join a new community and to be with people you don't know yet. And I also hear you saying, well, it's scary. You've also met people who are really like your people, right?
Yes,
You found, and I
absolutely.
love to hear that. That's beautiful. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. You're getting a lot of love in the
Thank
chat, by the way.
you.
I don't know if you're
Oh,
following the
yeah,
chat.
thank you all for letting me speak here.
Thank
It's
you.
definitely been really exciting, and I've been looking forward to this.
Well, you're so sweet. I appreciate you. Let me go
Aw,
over to Dad real quick.
yeah.
Fabrizio, can I ask you a couple questions too?
Yeah, sure.
So, as Alonzo's dad, a very important job. How have you seen Young Scholars Academy positively impact your family?
Well, it has helped to see us Alonso happy and more outgoing. He said he was more shy, and we love that. And here, and where you say you provide spaces for he can meet people, and that have the same interests that he have. His characteristics in the school make him difficult to find classmates that have the same stuff that likes same likes as him. But well, he since he started here, we see him that he's happy really, right? And the other thing that we like is that the teachers have the time to write you and let you know how your kid is going. So it that part also makes us very happy and give us the feedback that we need to see how how the stuff is going, and we see it in him.
I love that. And I appreciate you saying that because I think a lot of people don't know that. And I actually have a little surprise I'm going to share with everyone later about an update about that. So that means a lot. Thank you. I wonder, I'm hearing you say you're seeing your son, build confidence and feel good about himself, and how it's different than school. Are there any particular moments that you think of when you think of Young Scholars Academy or any highlights or anything?
Yes, there's some family members that have talked to us that Alonso also he's growing, he's changing, but he felt more. They felt him more confident. They felt he more talkative, more sociable. And one thing that I think you helped it a lot. There was a musical in the school. They made a School of Rock as a musical, and Alonso plays guitar. And in the musical, there was no more people playing guitar, and he was the only guitarist in all the musical for playing in the band. So he always talked to me and said, "I will never play in public because I am scared." But he did it. He played the musical 2 days. There was two functions, and he played the 2 days, the main guitar, the only guitar in all the band, and it was
Wow.
amazing. And that confidence, I think, he got it from the classes, definitely, because
Wow.
as you can see, that stuff was for us as a family was a standout moment, definitely.
That is, Alonzo, that is amazing, by the way.
Yeah,
Congratulations, buddy.
thank you.
That's huge. Talk about facing your fears. That sounds that would scare me.
Oh yeah, totally. And as
Wow.
my dad mentioned, like, this class has definitely like built up my confidence. Like as I said before, like I was really like afraid of like performing in public, but like with these classes, not only like getting to know people that like have my same interests and like building up that courage, like when I like first like performed there, I like the nerves quickly went away. And I feel like a lot of like the courage that I built up has come from here. And I really would like to appreciate everyone here because it's definitely made me feel much more like comfortable with myself and like what I want to do. Thank you.
That's amazing. And I don't know if you saw in the chat, Miss Jackson just said a highlight
Yeah.
for Alonzo was a presentation that you did in Social Club and that you're a great presenter and you were fantastic.
Thank
Oh,
you. Thank
it's
you, guys.
happening everywhere. Fabrizio, one last question before we move on. I want to just ask, just like I asked Alonzo, is there anything that you would want families who are not yet part of our community to know or to understand about Young Scholars Academy?
Yes, they can be sure that your children are going to be happy. That's the first thing that you need to know. Your child are going to be happy, and not only because of the classes and because of everything, because you will have tools to learn how to help your children. There's blogs, there's expert talks, and the parent community that you can access. And me and my wife will really enjoy the talks that have been presented in this month. So don't worry, you will be happy, and your kid definitely will be happy.
I think that's all anybody ever needs to hear. So thank you both, Fabrizio. Thank you,
Thank
Alonzo.
you.
Thank you for being a part of our community and
Welcome.
sharing your
Yes.
story. Thank you, thank you. Okay, wow, that was beautiful. I always joke that we could just end right now and we would be good, but it's true. I mean, it's hard to top that. Thank you both so much. So before we go any further, I want to get you into breakout rooms very soon, and we have all of our amazing mentors here. You've just heard from one of our families, and I would like to take a quick moment and share a little story with you as well. Over the Thanksgiving break, I decided I was going to take a little time. This is a lot, and I wanted to take a little break and have a little space to hang out and go camping and really unplug. And I went on a camping trip with one of my very good friends, who's also incredibly twice exceptional and one of the smartest people I've ever met. A little context: he a, was a physicist who became a musician and was a sponsored skier at the age of 5 by K2. He's just one of these people that is just exceptionally like quirky and asynchronous, and is so, anybody familiar with the Feynman technique knows the Feynman technique is basically if you know something really well when you can distill it down in its simplest form. If you can explain something like physics to a 12-year-old, right, then you understand it at a very high level, and he's gifted in this way. So we were going on this camping trip, and we're driving around, and naturally the two of us are talking about the theory of relativity and black holes and Einstein, right, as you do, Newtonian time versus Einsteinian time. And I had this amazing conversations, and when I got back, I went back on the internet after 4 days or so camping, and I decided I wanted to really dive into Einstein, look a little bit more about him, learn more about him. I learned he was born in Germany in 1879, and that he had this really curious mind. And this is really interesting. When he was young, Einstein's parents worried about him because he was actually delayed speech, right? He actually didn't start talking until later than others. Stop me if this sounds familiar. He also avoided other children and was known to have increasingly growing and concerning temper tantrums. Again, stop me if this sounds familiar. And one more thing, when he started school, he did very well. And as school demands, production demands increased, he started to struggle. Stop me if this sounds familiar. What is so interesting, I learned, is that as he progressed, he actually got so frustrated, and his teachers, there's an account of a teacher saying that he would never amount to much, quote unquote, and that this critique kind of echoed all throughout. He was failing his humanities classes, had difficulty writing, and eventually dropped out of high school. Einstein's journey, though, took him to a transformational turn. He connected with a mentor, his uncle. He had an uncle that was able to come to his aid, and his name was Jacob. And he recognized the brilliance in him. And when Einstein was failing out of school, he pulled him over and helped him explore content, learn differently, differentiate like a true mentor does. And the key here is that he helped Einstein get into a polytechnic school. Einstein actually failed the entrance exam, if you can believe it, and had to retake it. And he studied with his uncle. Why am I sharing all this? Because in university, Einstein found his people. He started to thrive. People stopped focusing on what he was bad at and started to praise him for the things that he was good at. No one cared about how he did in humanities. It was all about his big questions and creativity and love for silliness. And all of a sudden, he was no longer judged by what he couldn't do and was praised for what he could. Right? And it's these relationships, these classmates, these professors, and this relentless pursuit for knowledge that led to the Einstein that we love to quote and talk about and put in memes with his tongue out and all that stuff, right? It's this environment. And I just want to make this incredibly clear. Einstein changed, not himself, not anything, but his environment, right? Same person, didn't fit in some schools, failed out of high school, was able to get into a university, and then all of a sudden, accelerated content, like-minded people, mentors who care and invest and can look past struggles, right? He's the same. The background, the environment changes. And when I got back from my camping trip, I had this kind of perspective about my own environment, right? I spent these days under the sun and moon and looking at the stars in the desert with my good friend. We're kind of overlanding in a vehicle, and I had been pressed. We had these deep conversations about time travel and black holes, and I was getting my complex questions answered because admittedly I'm not a math person or science person, and I was being able to ask bigger questions. I was being forced to resist simplicity and move us away from water cooler talk, and it was reciprocal. I was telling my friend, because I'm a history person, I was telling him about the connections between World War I and the Sykes-Picot Agreement and the conflict in the Middle East, and he was praising me and asking questions, and we had this like reciprocal, beautiful relationship. My mind was racing, my heart was racing, and I just felt like glowing. And I felt like this was sort of like the Einstein thing. Like I found my person, Einstein found his people, and in both of these stories, whether it's a desert of epiphany for me or a college level program like for Einstein, it's about the person not changing, but being with the right people, right? It's about having the ingredients, the consistent ingredients: acceleration, curiosity, big questions, resisting simplicity, and mentoring, right? And community. And so I share this with you because that's what this is. You're all inside that community right now. Young Scholars Academy is that place where all of that is happening, whether it's happening in a college, happening in a virtual classroom, or happening in the desert. So tonight, as we go into this conversation tonight, I want you to think about your child, and students, I want you to think about you through that lens. What would it take for you to be with the right people, to explore the stuff you love, and to develop your strengths into talents? What would that look like? What kind of environment would that be? And I would encourage you to look around and realize that it's this. Okay, so we're going to take that headspace. I'm going to take my desert epiphany with me, and I'm going to have you all join me on this journey. And I want to share with you as we dive in. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give you a quick tour of our classes. I'm going to try to do this in about 3 minutes, and then we're going to open breakout rooms. So you will be able to jump in and connect with all of our amazing teachers and ask all your questions and do all of that amazing stuff. So we have 17 YSA mentors, and I need to get my slides up here. We have 17 amazing YSA mentors, and we have most of our mentors here tonight, and we're going to get to know all of them through these slides. And then we are going to, and mentors, if you want to unmute and just say hi when I screen share you, we will then have your breakout sessions open, and everybody, you can float around. Now, I want to encourage you, if you're a note taker, please take notes. If you're not a note taker, please take notes. I want you to write down who you want to see, because after I'm done, you're going to go meet these people for 45 minutes. So make note of who you want to talk to, because we're going to open a bunch of Zoom rooms and you're going to float around just like you would at a brick and mortar school, classroom to classroom. So please, please, please write down who you want to talk to, or maybe take a screenshot. Okay, so we're going to start a few things. We've started some AP crash courses. Our AP courses were so successful in the fall. I wanted to make mini crash courses. These are under 20-week courses that are designed to kind of supplement and help your 13 to 18-year-old get extra review, depth and complexity, college level learning, and get ready for the test if they're signed up for the test. Okay, so I just want to share that with you. We have US government, we have calculus, and we have music theory. Okay, so those are all really exciting options where you can go deep, take a college level class. Now let's get to know our teachers. Mr. Salch, you want to say hi real quick? No pressure.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Hi, everybody. Good to see you.
There's Mr. Salch there. You'll be able to connect in a breakout room with him. So Mr. Salch is doing our a Unity video game design class and also a Unity 3D class. And also we're going to have another educator who's going to be joining us with that as well. So you'll be able to go visit Mr. Salch in his room. We have Mark, who's not here tonight. Mark's classes are the first classes that all sold out in one day. So I begged him to make one more. He has a 40-week Science Explorers class, which is conceptual science that goes from biology to astronomy to physics to chemistry and everything in between. I begged him to cancel another thing so he could do this. And he's going to have one more consolidated version, so it's 24 weeks. So I hope that you're able to take that if you're interested. Mark's not here tonight, though. Miss Alex is also not here. Alex is our younger STEAM teacher. So she's got our STEAM lab class, our hands-on science class, STEAM inventors, and our cryptid class as well. And she's teaching a dinosaur class, which is brand new, and our STEMology. That's the intersection of science and mythology. So what if these creatures were real? What phylum would we put them in, and so forth? So we have lots of really exciting classes. And again, not all these teachers are here, but you can always ask your questions. We have the amazing Jolene, who is here. Jolene, do you want to say hi real quick?
Everyone.
Yay. Okay, so Jolene is going to be very popular in these breakout rooms. Jolene is our Minecraft expert. So Jolene's got our Minecraft All Editions class, our Minecraft Chemistry class, our Minecraft Bedrock Survival class, and our Minecraft Redstone Roller Coaster Engineering. So again, Jolene's usually very busy during this because who doesn't want to go talk Minecraft with Jolene? We have Nicole. Is Nicole here? Nicole might not be here.
No, Nicole's not here.
Okay, Nicole's not here. So Nicole is teaching our History Detectives class, which is one of our most popular history classes, and a new class which is about internet safety and gaming addiction. And it's actually a really fresh take because we're actually having the kids study addictive technology and then make an addictive game so that they can master, right, the art that goes into this and then be aware of it, right? Because what better way to learn something than to do it? And then that will help us to spot these kind of red and yellow and flags. Megan, who also is not here, is our D&D master, and we have a new D&D educator who's joining us, who's Sean. I'll bring him on in a second. Megan does our Dungeons and Dragons adventure class, our campaign creator class, and our becoming a dungeon master class. We've made this one a bit shorter because it was so popular last year, and we want to make sure more people can take it. So lots of D&D action happening for you. Mr. Z, do you want to kind of say hi real quick? Hopefully you can.
That involves me actually turning my audio on. Yes. Hello.
Thank you, Eric. So Mr. Z is doing a bunch of stuff as usual. Novelty. We have Math for Life. Eric's also doing our AP Calculus class. We have our cryptography and hacking, looking at codes and computer hacking and the history of codes all the way back to Greek and Roman times, and one of our Python programming teachers as well. So we have lots of exciting stuff there. And Amy, do you want to say hi real quick, Amy?
Hello, folks.
There's Amy. Thank you, Amy. Amy is our digital art guru, is teaching our anime and Japanese culture class, which I always like when I get screenshots of the food that the kids are making. We have technical drawing, which is a new one that you all begged for. Our parents begged for a technical college level drawing class. And then, of course, college level admissions class. Why? Because our kids have spiky profiles and often have messy transcripts. And we want to create an opportunity for you to brag to our schools. Amy is supremely good at this. We worked together at a high school for like 10 years together. And Amy is so good at helping kids put together like really impressive portfolios to get them into really impressive schools like Rhode Island School of Design and some other schools. So awesome. Katie, do you want to say hi?
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Katie was already getting some love earlier from Alonzo there. Katie is teaching our songwriting class, our feminism and strong women class, and our GSA and LGBTQ club. We've decided to create a club to really highlight underrepresented groups who are looking for community. And that's where the feminism and the LGBTQ plus club came in. We also have a crash course on music theory, another one of those AP classes, and we've created an advocacy class. Why? Because times are uncertain. There's a lot going on politically and geopolitically, and we wanted to make sure that we're helping our kiddos learn how to use their brilliant brains and get in front of the people that matter. Miss Jackson, do you want to say hi? You were getting some love earlier too. There you are, Miss Jackson. It's okay if you can't unmute. We'll have to fix that. Does that work? That's all right. And can you make it so Miss Jackson can unmute later? Miss Jackson is our
Yay!
creative. There you are.
I'm
Yeah, we did it.
here.
We
Hello.
did it. Hi. Thank you. Okay. So Miss Jackson's our creative writing teacher. If you are a parent and your kiddo takes a homeroom, or you're a parent and you take our social club, you are with Miss Jackson, and Miss Jackson's amazing. We also have our theater class, and that class literally puts on a play. So lots of excitement there. Nelson's not here. Nelson also has the class that always sells out in one day, and I begged him to open another one. So we have two sections of our World War I and World War II weaponry class. When I'm at a conference and somebody wants to understand what Young Scholars Academy is, I say, we have a World War I weaponry class, and they kind of get the gist of who we are and what we do. Then we have Miriam. Miss Patrick, do you want to say hello real quick?
Hello.
Hello there. Thank you. Okay, so Miss Patrick has our Latin class. She's our language guru. We also have our mythology class and our Spanish class, as well as we've got some other good stuff here. So we have our book club, which is brand new, and we have an ancient technology class, which is looking at gladiators and different weapons and different development and different things throughout the eras. And I think we might have missed a class there. And Jennifer, do you want to say hi real quick? Jennifer might not be here.
She isn't here.
Okay. Jennifer had a family emergency. She said she might have to go to the hospital tonight. So Jennifer can't be here. She had something come up. She texted me earlier. Jennifer does speech and debate as well as mock trial. That mock trial class is doing an actual trial next 2 weeks from now. We have our AP crash course. She's teaching a U.S. history and government class. Jennifer was a criminal defense lawyer before. So when we talk about like expert mentors, we're talking about our mentors being like leading figures doing this stuff and helping our kids go the journey. And also she's teaching criminal justice. Then we have Malachi, who also can't be here because he has class right now. Malachi is our chess, board game, and Rubik's cubing mentor. And by the way, Malachi spends his weekends cubing and competing. So again, this is the kind of stuff that like our kids just love. And then we have one of our new mentors, Astrid. Do you want to say hi?
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Thank you so much for being here. So Astrid is one of our three new amazing mentors, and Astrid is going to be doing Among Us for our older kiddos, Roblox for older and younger, and then our older and younger versions of, the older kids are going to play the horror game, and then we have in-server games as well. Then we have Sean, another one of our new mentors. Sean, do you want to say hi?
How's it going, everyone?
Hello. Sean is joining us with continuing to support us in the Dungeons and Dragons world, and also offering some wonders of the world. So looking at different countries, travel, history, culture, sites, geography, and everything in between. I'm very excited about these. Then we have our third new mentor, Alex. Do you want to say hi, Alex?
Hey there.
Hello, hello. Alex is bringing a lot of, you'll notice all of our mentors are going to be offering afternoon and evening classes because a lot of our great classes are just not available for everybody. So now they are. Alex is offering an Arduino robotics class, which is so exciting. Video game creator class like Mr. Sulch later in the day, and then also Python programming like Mr. Z later in the day. So we've got a lot of the stuff that you like, and we've made more of it. And then there's me. I'm doing the Young and Thriving Executive Function class and speech and debate. So here's the fun part. Returning families, you know who you are. If you've taken YSA classes before, we're going to open breakout rooms, and I want to ask you to go explore with mentors. We're going to be floating around every 5 minutes or so. So again, if you're a YSA family, you're going to go into the breakout rooms. If you're new, if you're a professional, if you've never really hung out here at Young Scholars Academy, stick around. I want to talk to you for a little bit, and then I'm going to send you out. Families, this is the moment to ask your questions. Go see the teachers. This doesn't happen again. So please make sure you ask, connect, hang out with, vet, whatever you need to do. Go connect. Anne, are you able to go open the breakout rooms for us, pretty please, with sugar on top?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Anne's amazing. We're going to open those sessions, everyone. You're going to see down below in your toolbar, it will say breakout rooms. Okay, so you're going to click the breakout rooms down there, and you're going to be able to float around and go into different rooms. Teachers, you'll want to open your rooms once we have everything set up. So you're going to, again, go down to the toolbar. You'll see where it says more, and then breakout rooms, or maybe just breakout rooms. And then you can go find the teachers. So you'll see like Miss Amy, Mr. Salch, and you'll click on them. Okay, you're going to click on them so that you can go to their rooms. And if anyone needs help, let me know. If you need help, let me know. I'll make it so you can unmute real quick. But again, your job, if you're a returning family, if you have been here before, if you've taken YSA classes before, go float around. If you're a new family, hang out with me. I want to talk to you for a moment, and then I'm going to send you out into those breakout rooms as well. Okay, it seems like we're doing well. So, and Anne, if you can do the usual every 5 minutes or so, make an announcement. Audra, go ahead. Let me unmute you. Go ahead, Audra.
Hi. Hold on. Quick question. Who is teaching Western Civilization 7 p.m. EST?
So that's the one that we forgot. That is Miriam.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry, I
her.
forgot that one.
No, that's okay. There's some. Yeah.
That's fine. Lovely.
Okay.
I'll go talk to her.
Yes, go talk to her, please. Sorry, we forgot that there.
No worries.
Thank you, Audra. Okay, any other questions? If you want to just raise your hand. If my new folks, I'm going to get going with you. Okay. All right. So let's get to the good stuff. Everyone, I want to welcome you here. If this is your first open house, then a giant welcome to you. And I want to just explain a couple things about Young Scholars Academy, and then I'm going to set you free to go do what these other people are doing. Before we go too far, though, I feel compelled to have somebody else speak and tell you a little bit about our program. So Laura and potentially Elijah. Let me unmute you, Laura, and potentially Elijah. I just lost Elijah. Oh, there's Elijah. I would love to have you say a little bit to our community, if that's okay. Let me spotlight you, Laura. And before I go turn it over to Laura and ask some questions, Laura's really uniquely positioned to speak to you all because Laura's both a mom of a YSA kid and also a student in your own right because you're part of our parent social club. Here, let me spotlight you for everyone. Excellent. So, Laura, thank you again for being here. Hello.
You're welcome. Thank you
I'd like
for
to
having me.
Well, I feel lucky to. I would love to ask you, how do you feel YSA has impacted you, maybe both as a mom and also as maybe a member of our parent social club?
As a mom, I'm going to basically kind of mimic what Alfonso's dad said, is my kid has gone from being not very confident, quiet, in his room a lot, and never wanting to be on camera. And now he's on camera in his classes and he's got more confidence. And he loves the courses he's had with YSA, and we just started homeschooling in October, and I felt totally lost in what to do. And between his classes, homeroom, and the parent social club, I almost feel like I could be, someone to give advice to other people just starting out to homeschool.
I love that.
But the parent social club, which we kind of more think of it as a parent support group, has been wonderful. There are a handful of us that have been in there for like 6, 7 weeks now. And it's really just been wonderful to be able to have a place to talk to other parents who are in the exact same shoes that I'm in. Whether their kids are a couple years older or a couple years younger, we're all in the same boat. And it has just been really awesome to have other moms to reach out to be able to, say, hey, this is going on with my kid, oh, hey, I've been through that and this worked for us. It's just been really, really awesome. Ms. Jackson has been our facilitator and she is amazing. She's also Elijah's homeroom teacher, and she just really knows how to help grow communities and get people together. It's been really, truly a blessing for us.
I appreciate a couple things that you said. One, going from being, a new homeschool family to feeling like you're now equipped enough and supported enough that you can now equip and support other people. And I want to reiterate what you said about Elijah. I saw Elijah come into speech and debate as someone who is a little bit more reserved and is now camera on and is engaging and is way more confident. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. And I feel so fortunate to be a witness to that. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, I love it when I walk by his room and I can hear him talking, and I'm like, yes. He's engaged.
I had a call with a mom yesterday who said it's the only time I hear my kid really excited to speak. And she said that her son comes to the dinner table on nights that he has Young Scholars Academy classes. That is really amazing. Another question for you. As you think, you just mentioned the example of like listening to Elijah speak. Are there any standout moments for you, whether it's in your parent support group or if it's Elijah in classes?
Well, in his classes, the standout for me is just how incredibly engaged he is and excited to be learning. He loves his Spanish class. He's always talking about that and what they've been doing in there. But for me personally, the biggest standout I think has been in the parent social group, and just connecting with other people. We got a couple of gals that are in Canada, someone's in Texas. Um, we're just all over the place, and just being able to share resources. We're sharing book information, books that we've read that, we think are great, just personal experiences. And, I look forward to our Wednesday night gab sessions, as my husband relates them to be.
I love that.
It's really been a great experience for us. And, we've only been a part of this for less than 8 weeks, but I feel like we found home, and that I've got people here that I'm going to be in contact with for a long time. And I expect that Elijah is going to be taking courses here for the next couple years easily. So
I want to you actually just kind of took my breath away, and I'm not being facetious. When you said that home word, it really, you both in the same breath said 8 weeks and we found home. And I have goosebumps all over right now. And that's the dream. So thank you so much for sharing that, because that is what everything that we're trying to do.
I just feel really fortunate because I Google searched for, a good solid 40 hours for 2 weeks of, trying to find the right place for my kid, because public school didn't work. We had a private autism school, and that was not at all academically challenging for him at all. He was bored, bored, bored. Even in high school with AP classes was bored. And YSA popped up in a Google search, and I happened to look, and then that night happened to be the open house, and we got on, and we were just both like, this is it, and it's been awesome.
I thank you so much. And that's the power of these open houses. There's many beautiful stories just like that. If I may ask one last question, if there are, like I asked Alonso and Fabrizio, if there's something that you want families to know who haven't joined us yet, what would you want to say to them now?
Try a class. Take a class and or two or three, and if you don't like them, you know, you do get money back if you're not 100% satisfied, but trust me, just give it a try because it'll change your world. It'll change your kid's world. And for me to see my kid happy and engaged and learning and, you know, taking what he's learned in one particular course and then going off and learning more of it on his own, it's just the best feeling in the world. So I don't want to cry, and I'm about to. So
It's not an
move
open
on,
house if there are
Sam.
tears. There's always tears for me. Jolene always cries, and then there's always parent tears too. It's got to happen. What we're doing is deep, right? And what we're doing is life-saving and life-changing. And so
Absolutely.
I appreciate you sharing your journey with us, Laura. That's invaluable. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Elijah. I know you didn't speak. I appreciate you being here, being on camera. It means a lot. Thank you both. So Laura, Elijah, if you want to go float around and connect with teachers, I'm going to talk to our new families. Again, thank you so much for sharing your journey. And wow, I just feel so fortunate to have you in our community.
Well, we are fortunate to be in your community.
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead, folks, just a quick little overview of a couple things I want to share with you, and then we're going to get you in those breakout rooms ASAP. So a lot of times people come to these meetings and they hear a lot of great stuff, but they don't quite understand how Young Scholars Academy works. So let me spend a couple minutes explaining. So we are a 1 hour a week virtual enrichment program. So each class meets an hour a week. Now you can take up to 20 classes or you can take one, but that class is going to meet, let's say Tuesday at 3 p.m. and it's going to meet that way for 20 weeks, right? So our semester now goes from January to almost June to Memorial Day weekend. So that means a really low commit, right? You might feel like, oh, we're so busy. And I want to just say to that, we have a mom who coined a term years ago called the YSA glow. And she said it's counterintuitive, but when my son takes a class that actually recharges him and he feels euphoric and glowing for 24 hours. And she said that he has to take one each day just to get through the week because it helps him. So I want to invite all of you to have that understanding that it's 1 hour a week. Also, when you enroll in over 5 classes, you get a social club at no cost. That's the social club that we just heard, the adult version of one of those. And all of these courses are a la carte, right? So you can take one whenever and you don't have to take any more. You can take extras and so forth. And the classes are small. We only have 6 or 8 kids in them. Some are capped at 5. So these are intimate classes and we are going deep in these content areas with a small number of kids. One other thing that I want to share with you is the what. So we have what are called the 3 C's. These are our 3 pillars for Young Scholars Academy. And it's my belief and all of our collective beliefs that our kids need 3 things to thrive. Number 1, they need college level content, right? We have kids with old brains and young bodies, and they need accelerated content so they can explore it, learn, and thrive. So we need accelerated content for them. We also need community, right? All the research is so clear. I was just on the neurodiversity podcast yesterday, and which was a lifelong dream of mine. And one of the things I mentioned on the podcast is that the research is so clear. Our kids struggle when they're with neurotypical peers because they're comparing themselves, they're asynchronous, they're not fitting in. But when they're with other kids with these profiles, right, great strengths and struggles, they thrive. They have unique interests, they find their people. Also, our kids need mentors. Most people don't know this. Most of our educators here are grown-up versions of your kids. Our educators are parents of your kids. They're either like Miss Jackson, for example, in the homeroom club. She's got 20-something-year-old 2E kids. So she can say, hey, this is how it works. It's going to be okay, right? And our parents are also having kids in our program. So it's a true wraparound virtual village, right? We have all kinds of support. A few other things I really want to point out. There's a lot of online programs out there. We are strength-based. We are interested in helping your kid feel good and do good. We are a neurodivergent program made of neurodivergent people, as I mentioned, our mentors. We have tiny classes. Every teacher is a content expert. These are people who really can take your kiddo there. They will go deep. They will talk about the most unique thing that ever, the blackest black paint, or what World War I weapon's better than the other one. We don't require cameras to be on. You just heard Elijah's mom talking about how he came in with camera off and is now camera on. And we have parent support. Okay, so we make sure that we are supporting you, just like you heard Fabrizio say earlier. You're getting resources, you're getting expert talks, you're getting to meet Temple Grandin, you're getting to meet the top experts in the field as a bonus for enrolling here. Okay, so I am going to stop talking because I want to give you maximum time to go meet with those amazing mentors. I'm going to share my little page here so you can see this again. These are all of our mentors who are in different sessions. So I would encourage you, pretty please, go down below. I'm going to stop the recording in a moment here. You're going to please go down below and you'll click the more or the breakout rooms button and go meet those mentors. Go float around and meet all the YSA teachers that you want to meet, pretty please, with sugar on top. And ask your questions, make those connections, float around. We're going to ask you to move every 5 minutes or so, but use this opportunity to vet our teachers, connect with our teachers, build relationships with our teachers, and get to know the community from the inside before you enroll. So I'm going to stop my recording here for a moment. Okay. So welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. We're still waiting on those rooms to close down. While people come back, I just want to ask you to make sure if you have questions, please hold those questions. We're going to do a Q&A at the end, and I'm going to be here. I love seeing all your surprised faces as the rooms close. You're like, I was in the middle of saying something. Oh, I'm sorry. I know it's the worst. I feel bad. But at the same time, I need to let everybody go and learn and do all this stuff. So we're going to start to get to the really juicy stuff here. Hopefully you had some amazing connections. I know that those breakout rooms can go quite quick, but look, at the end of the day, we're a virtual village and we want to offer you the capacity to come in and meet everybody and talk to everybody. I can tell people all day what we do, and then they come in and they see it and they're like, oh my God, that's amazing. So that's why we open our doors a couple times a year so you can do this. We're talking about support from now to June, and it's important that you have this 45 minutes or so to float around to ask teachers. But also know that it doesn't end tonight. If you have questions that you want to get them answered, you email us, please, and we will make sure that we answer them. Okay. All right. So we're going to keep it going. Mentors, if you need to go, please feel free to do so. I appreciate you, and I'll email you later. Any mentors who want to stick around, you're, of course, always welcome to. I'm so grateful to you and everything that you do. So families, we're going to keep on rocking and rolling here, and I am going to bring you a couple key things. And don't forget, at the end here, I'm going to be giving you some free stuff. We're going to be doing a raffle for some discounted classes and sharing a code with all of you for saving on courses, and that will expire tonight. So I hope that you're feeling great. One thing that came up while we were in the rooms, we were talking about these kind of 3 pillars of Young Scholars Academy. And I feel like whether you're a returning family or a new one, it's really important to understand these 3 because these are the ingredients, right? We know this works. And I just want to underscore this. We have 357 kiddos here. Hi, Emmy, by the way. We have 357 kiddos here. And we know what we're doing works because we repeat it. It works for everybody here, right? Our families stay with us for over a year on average. And one thing that we mentioned before is that they need accelerated content, right? We have kids with big, bright brains and young bodies. They are bored in school. They are bored with neurotypical kids. They are bored with the conventions. They want what I had on that camping trip. They want what Albert Einstein found on his journey. They want acceleration, and they need to be with grown-ups who can answer their questions about particle accelerators or whatever, stuff that Mr. Salch tries to explain to me and I don't understand anything. These kids need to have those questions answered, and they need to find people like them. So let's keep it moving. I want to talk about a couple other things as well. There's a lot that people don't know about Young Scholars Academy, and it's not even just like here, but also when I'm at conferences and things. I've been to a ton of conferences this year, and there's a couple things I feel compelled to share with you. One, when you enroll in classes, you get that free social club. So just like at a brick and mortar school, when you get a homeroom, same here. You enroll in 5 classes, you get a free social club. If you enroll in 3, you get 50% off. If you enroll in 4, I'll explain that more later. Also, we have progress reports. Some of the parents were mentioning we send updates home so that you know what's going on. And I have a really exciting update, and Mr. Salch is here. He's our AI teacher. We are creating an AI. Mr. Salch and the kids are working on this, making an AI note taker that will update you more often. We're trying to create summaries from our classes. The kids and Dave are working on this to send you more regular communication about what's going on and sharing the wins and what your kids are working on. So this is, you talk about like authentic stuff that kids like. They're not going to write a book report. But if you give them an opportunity to build something that really matters, a website, a podcast, code something, right? That matters and it's real and they're going to be into it. We also have our Facebook group. So our parents have mentioned this tonight. It's a great way to connect. We have families making play dates. And we had a student 2 weeks ago who had his first birthday at Young Scholars Academy. And that was arranged through the Facebook group. And we never did that before. We're not a virtual birthday group, but the family asked for it and we did it. We have the social club. You've heard that brought up a lot tonight, especially earlier when Laura was talking about it. And then we have something that I think maybe the most important thing of all. Our teachers talk about your kids. We are coming together. We have a Slack channel. We collaborate every day and share what your kid's doing, how we can help, what's working well. We are obsessed with your kids and we are talking about helping your kids. And if we find something that works, we put it in our database so that other teachers can replicate it. Okay, so we are obsessed with your kids and helping them live strength-based lives. And I just feel compelled to make sure that everybody knows that. I'm going to do one other thing real quick before we start to wrap up, and then I go to talking about all the amazing bonuses we're sharing with you, and then wrap up and take your questions. I want to show you something on the site, which I feel like a lot of people don't really get to see. So here's the site, and if you haven't had a chance to check it out yet, let me put this in the chat right quick. And sorry if you're chatting me, it's hard for me to see that, but I promise I'll look when I do the Q&A. I will not get off this Zoom call until I've answered every question tonight. I promise you that. So if you have questions, stick around until the end. I'm here for it. This is my whole life. I am obsessed. So I don't know why that's my favorite word tonight. I need a thesaurus. I need to take, how do I take my hand down? Here we go. So I want to show you something here, which I think is really, really important because you're busy and you don't have a lot of time and our website is overwhelming. I'll be the first to say it. We have 70 classes that meet over 150 hours a week. What do you do with that? Here's what you can do. I want to show you this. So lend me your eyeballs and ears for a moment. If you're on our website and you scroll down to where it says Explore Classes Fast, you can click this button. Ooh, that's the wrong button. How's that happening? Oh boy, I put the wrong thing there. Well, that's not going to work very well. Okay, hold on one second. One other thing that I want to talk about, though, I'm going to pivot and try to get this up in the background, is that we have, oh wait, I got it right here. Okay. Thank goodness. I teach executive function classes and I every so often listen to myself. So check this out. When you're on our site, I'm going to fix that button after, I promise. When you're on our site, here's the fastest way for you to explore. If you go down here and you can pick the age. Let's say you have a 12-year-old. And let's say you want to also pick the times that work for you after a certain time. You can filter and check this out. Are you ready for the best part? I don't know why it won't let us default to this, but if you click this little calendar, see this right here? If you click this little calendar, boop, boop, I'll put my marker away. If you click this, it will take you to a calendar view. Holy ravioli. So now you can only see 12-year-old classes or you can see all the classes. Wow, that's a lot. So look, if you're on a Monday and you're overwhelmed by the fact that we teach 41 hours of classes on Monday, I'm overwhelmed by that too. If you want to just look for your 11-year-old, cool, you can filter, okay? And guess what? You're interested in the class. I want to read more about it. You click it, you scroll. Oh, I love it. I want to pay in full and save 10%. Add it to your cart. That's it. You can check out right there and be done. Okay, or you can go back and keep exploring. So if you like the calendar view, you can do that. If you like the list view, you can do that. You can also filter on the left-hand side. If you want to learn more about our, I don't know, Dungeons and Dragons, you can click it. And now you'll only see Dungeons and Dragons for 11-year-olds. Holy ravioli. So this is here for you, okay? You can do this super fast. Now, it's not as beautiful as this attractive website, but it's fast. And you can get the descriptions and get all the stuff there. So I just want to share that with you, everybody, because I think that's supremely important, and you're busy, and I get that. So that's one thing. One other thing that I want to talk to you about is, I'll get to that in a minute, is this. I brought this up before, and I want to bring it up again, right? We have made it so that if you are not in love with our classes, you tell us, and we just stop the payments. Okay? That's it. If you're like, this isn't a good fit, tell us. We'll stop. That's it. Okay. So if you pay on a payment plan, then we're just gonna, that's it. You're done. We'll just hold the deposit and the rest is yours. So there's really no risk for you. We want to make it so that it's like a no-brainer, that you're taking no risk at all and that we are. And I say, we're giving you $4,000 in bonuses. So I'm taking the risk because you could sign up for a class and then say, no, thank you. I want my money back and I'll give it to you and you get to keep the stuff. So we believe supremely in what we're doing because we know it's working. Okay. And I just want to bring that up. And one other thing that I want to show you is you can filter 2 different ways. You can look by class type like this, and then you can learn more about a class. You can go to the page here, watch a video. You can get the expanded description. Okay. You can read testimonials from parents. You can read the teacher's bio, or if you want to go just quick and fast, you can go here and just sort by age. So there's many different options. This is like go at your own journey. You can use the system. You can explore by age here. You can explore by type here. Whatever you want to do, there's a pathway for you. Okay. So going back to my slides here, I do want to talk a few more things, and then we're going to get to your questions and start to close. So can you give me a thumbs up if you can see my slides? Okay. Sometimes okay, I've done the thing where I like talk the whole time and I'm showing my notes or something. It's embarrassing. So moving along here, I want to talk about this because this is new. We have made it so that you have different pathways. We have our learner tier, our explorer, our pathfinder, and our scholar. So depending on how many classes you enroll, we have families who are taking 18 hours a week or 20 hours a week of classes, and then we have families who are taking 1. So we want to make different levels of support for you. So families who take over 3 classes will get the homeroom, that homeroom class. So it's an hour a week or 30 minutes a week for 20 weeks. You're going to get that 50% off. And that's just because, again, we want to give you community. We want to give you a place where your kid can, connect, can meet their people, and so forth. If you enroll in 4 more, you get 75% off. 5 more, you get the social club for free, and 6 more, you get social club for free plus 10% off all of your classes. Okay, so again, we want people to be a part of our community. The dream is that you have a child who's floating around class to class to class. I love nothing more than when someone comes into my own class and interrupts me because they're excited to see their friend. And that happens every day. Oh my God, Miles, what are you doing? Did you finish that game we were talking about? And they're talking about something that's like totally outside of my class, but they're doing it because they're floating around class to class to class and they have these experiences. Yesterday in my debate class, 2 students were telling me about how awesome each other was in the play and how I better be there. Okay. They're talking about that in my debate class. They're threatening me. So that's the kind of community that we're creating here, is where kids are speaking on behalf of each other. I had someone tell me last week it was someone else's birthday. Okay. Or 2 weeks ago, because last week was Thanksgiving. So this is the idea. Also, when you enroll 2 kiddos, we know that that costs money, so we want to give you a discount. We have a sibling discount for 5%. And at the end, I'm going to give you a code so you can save 5% off all classes. So stick around. One other thing that I want to share with you. This right here. When you enroll as a family, you get a custom code that you can share with other families. So you will get this code and it will be automated for you, and you can share it out because we know, like, we have 357 families, and guess what? I could spend all the money advertising, but at the end of the day, we meet people because of our parents are evangelical, right? You heard Fabrizio before, you heard Laura before, you've heard our parents. Our parents are the ones that go out and tell other parents because what's happening here is special. I also want to reward you for your time. So when you get another family, if you share your code, you get a link. When you share it, they sign up and you get a $99 credit for classes, and that's unlimited. We've had parents make thousands of dollars in YSA credit and take free classes. So feel free to please spread the word, go out there and let families know. And you can share your own story, or you can share, I made a little general one that you can use as well. Okay, so I know this is a lot, right? You listen to us for an hour and a half or so. It feels like this. Feels like drinking out of a fire hose. So I want to start to wind us down. I hope that you're feeling excited. I hope that you're feeling like you found your people. I hope that you're seeing yourselves in the stories when you hear about Alonzo, when you heard about Elijah, when you met all of our different community members in breakout rooms. I hope that you're feeling connected. And I want to recap. In summary, the Albert Einsteins of the world, the Mr. Sams of the world, the Your Kids of the world, the Our Teachers of the world are struggling when they're in the wrong environment. It's not their fault. They're just in the wrong place. They need the 3 C's. They need community, they need content, and they need caring mentors. And when we bring those 3 together, we start to see our kids rise up and really thrive, right? And this is the most important time of year to get this right, because we're making decisions now. Talk about executive function skills. We're making decisions now for 2025. This is the foundation going to talk about that in a minute. So let's recap. We did a lot tonight, and I want to make sure it stays fresh. So number one, we heard from our families. You met mentors in breakout rooms, some of you up to 45 minutes. You discovered all kinds of epic courses that you can't find anywhere else. And let me just say one thing about this, by the way. When I started Young Scholars Academy, I had this like a big aha moment, right? I realized that 2E and gifted kids do better in college and university. Why? Because the classes are narrow. It's not history, right? It's women in the Vietnam War. And that is fundamentally way more attractive and exciting than History 101. And our kids need that, right? These are the kids that after school are going deep into Reddit or going down YouTube wormholes or are just deciding they want to take apart a vacuum cleaner and figure out how to put it back together, right? Our kids need depth, they need complexity. And my dream was to bring college level learning down to 5-year-olds. That's why your 5-year-olds can take mythology or philosophy, right? Because they need it now. And guess what? It's exponential when they get it early, right? This is an early intervention. You can graph it. They get this stuff now. Their next year is better. Their next year after that is exponentially better and so forth. Why? Because of all the reasons you've heard parents say tonight. They're meeting their people. They're feeling good. In that video that I played for some of you, you heard one of our teachers say that she's teaching the classes she wished she had. And that's all of us. We're 20 different teachers trying to create the dream environment for your kid because we know it can literally save lives and change lives. Okay, so we're talking. Well, I mean one-of-a-kind courses. I really mean one-of-a-kind courses. I hopefully that you also felt belong, like you felt like a community. We're a virtual village, and I hope that even just hearing many parents who stayed and spoke with me said, "Oh, basically everything you said is true," and that's so validating. I hope that you feel like you're part of something already, and whether or not you have joined yet. And I want to ask you if I can share a few last things with you before we start to wrap. I want to share some bonuses with you. Is that okay? And then I'm going to give you all the stuff I promised. Okay, sweet. So we are giving you over $4,000 in bonuses. Number one, you get VIP early enrollment. So we open for enrollment on Monday for our enrolled families. They've already signed up for over 50 classes. And I'm sorry, but they get it before everybody else because they're part of our community and we want you to get first pick. You know how you're in university, the seniors get to register first? Well, same at Young Scholars Academy. We give you we call our white glove enrollment, where you just email us and say, I want this class, please. And we say, you got it. And we do it for you because we want it to be frictionless and we want you to get everything that you need. So we offer that. We also offer our Facebook group for 6 months. You heard parents talking about it tonight, setting up play dates, making friends, building relationships. We get access to that. We also have Temple Grandin. When I say this out loud, it blows my mind. I saved her as Temple Grandin and then the mind-blown emoji in my phone because I can't believe that I know this human. So Temple Grandin is coming to talk to you for enrolled families. And again, like keynote speaker, Time Magazine, top 100 person coming to talk to Young Scholars Academy. Wow. You get Dr. Jade Rivera, one of my colleagues. We just presented together at NAGC, the National Gifted Association. I see Kyla's a fan. Dr. Jade's amazing, and she actually was a YSA teacher like 4 years ago. She's going to be talking about strength-based assessments and how you can help your kiddo focus on their strengths. We have Dr. Sandra Clifton, who is going to be talking about misunderstood and missed trauma in twice exceptional students and how we can perhaps identify and support our students and the research that she's done in this field. We have also recordings of our most popular talks from this year. Julia Storm talking to our families about screen time and tech addiction and the resources that she shared with us. Dr. Danica Maddox talking about reducing power struggles and the free course that she gave us. And Tosha Shore talking about understanding and managing aggression and the free course that she gave us. So you're getting all of this support plus all of these other resources I made for setting goals, strength-based living, and task management, all for simply taking our classes. Okay, so you take a class, you get $4,000 worth of stuff because we want to support the whole you. And you heard Fabrizio say that, you heard Laura say about supporting the whole family, right? We're all in this together. So I feel like with these, your family will thrive, right? With all of this extra stuff. And I want to just point out that, you know, our classes are tiny. 35 classes have already filled up. And that happens when there's only 5 spots or 6 spots or 8 spots. So I want to make sure that you don't miss out because there's nothing that breaks my heart more than when someone is crushed because a class that goes from now until June is full and their kid can't take it and they're really excited. So please don't send me that email. Please make sure that you are getting into these now so we don't have to have that conversation. And please make sure that you also remember that our prices are going to increase tonight. Pretty soon I'm going to show you that little code I've been teasing you with. Last big thing I want to say is this, right? This is the foundation for next year. it's 2024, but we're talking 2025. And we're talking about your kid having 20 weeks of consistency, of community, of support, of mentoring, and giving them, whether it's an hour a week or 20 plus hours a week, giving them that place to show up and show out and do all the things that you've heard tonight. So it's really important that we get this right now. Like, I can't underscore that enough. We need to make sure we dial this in. I want to show you a couple emails, which I absolutely love because I know you've heard from some families, but these just make me so happy. When I'm having a bad day, I literally look at these and I am not kidding you. So I want to show you some of my faves here. This one says, he ran down after class in a happy storm. You guys must have had fun. This is from a mom after her first class. I had a call yesterday with someone in this room, and they were saying the same thing, that their kid is exponentially happier after Young Scholars Academy classes. And they notice a difference at dinner. They notice a difference in the house, and they can hear their kid laughing in the class. And you heard Laura say that earlier too, that you can hear your kid excited through the walls, through the door. That doesn't happen all the time. Someone told me it's sad, but my son's only happy when he's in Young Scholars Academy classes. And I think, you know what, that might not be what you thought of when you were having a kid, but you know what? That fact that that child's having those wins is the start of something exponential, is the start of a watershed moment, right? So this is so very important. I got to show you one more. This is one of my favorites. This says, this is one of my absolute favorites. Sam blank met blank today, and oh my word, he found someone with a common interest for the first time in his life. They've talked about the blackest black paint, which is featured on some YouTube channel that they apparently both love. He is giddy happy, running around smiling. I can't believe I found 2 friends in this class. This is a kid who had 0 friends before he joined Young Scholars Academy and made 2 friends in one social club, which his parents didn't even pay for because they enrolled in other classes. I presented last weekend at a conference, and I spoke at National Association of Gifted Conference. I used this email in my presentation, and I had 5 gifted adults come up to me and say, I've seen that video, by the way. And it was like this meta level of, I'm talking about kids making friends about a YouTube channel, and I'm making friends over a niche YouTube channel. And I was like, my God, I'm in Inception. Like, I am with my people talking about my kids supporting their people, right? Like, there was so many layers to what we're doing here. And so I just want to share that because I think that's such a fantastic moment. I won't lie, I've got a couple more. This is one of my great ones. This is a homeschool mom who's got 4 kids with us. She said the kids are so happy with their classes. It has fundamentally changed the way we homeschool and has given a trusted community. I wish we found this when they started homeschooling. I hear fits of laughter during homeroom. Sophia was thrilled to get the part of Cruella in theater. Sammy and Andy seem well challenged, doing deep thinking in science, cryptography, and game theory. Dungeons and Dragons is their absolute favorite. The kids and teachers in this village have been good to our family. Sophia's headphones didn't work. This is my favorite part. So if you're a little distracted, listen to this. Sophia's headphones didn't work during her creative writing class on Monday, and I had the privilege of hearing her teachers. I had no idea the teaching quality was that good. I just knew my kids were thriving. Now I see why. I love that so freaking much. One more, I promise I'm done. I told you we send these progress reports home. And this is a response to Miriam sending her progress report home. It said, thank you, Miriam. You have no idea how much I needed to hear someone say something positive about blank. I'm actually in tears of gratitude and relief at the moment. Anyone here feel like you would cry if someone wrote you a beautiful email about how awesome your kid is? I bet all of you would. Because you know what? Most of the world's focused on what they're bad at. Just like the Einstein example. And we're focused and obsessed with what your kids are good at. Okay, so we're going to wrap up here. I want you to imagine this. Imagine it's a month from now, and we're sitting together having a virtual coffee or tea, and you are telling me all the amazing stuff that you've heard because it's your child now. It's your kid having the wins. It's your kid making the connections. It's your kid getting the robotics project or the theater play lead role or whatever it might be, okay? It's you. I want you to see it's you because all of these parents that have shared their stories are no different than you. They're just inside our community. So I want to welcome you all to do the very same and to join our community and to witness, future pace. Tell me what you think that would look like and tell me what you think that would be worth to you. Okay. This is a value exchange. I want you to feel like you are getting supreme value. My goal is that we're doing such a good job that you feel like you're stealing from me. I want you to be so blown away with the support that you're getting here that you're like, doesn't feel right, okay? And I hope that you can see in all these people who spoke tonight and all of the support that we explored tonight, that you will feel that way too, and just like the other 300 and almost 60 families are. So I want you to access all of that community. I want you to access all of these resources, almost $5,000 in different support. And I want you to have what all of these families are having too. So please welcome you to our community. Welcome to our virtual village. I'm so excited to have you. And I just want to say again, we're making decisions right now for 2025. This is the beginning of the new year already. And the decisions you make tonight before the prices increase will set your kiddo up on a very different trajectory, which we can plot and see the difference. We have the data. So here is that little code. I promised I would share with you at the end. If you want to write this or screenshot it, I'll pose for you. Okay, there we go. It's YSA Early Bird 5. And when you put that, I'll put it in the chat too. When you put that in the site at checkout, you'll save 5% on all your classes tonight, plus all of the other discounts that we talked about already. So when, if you're, for example, enrolling in multiple classes, one thing I forgot to say in terms of discounts, the way that the discounts work for the homerooms is you pay for the course and then we refund you. We don't really have a better way. I know it's rudimentary, but if you enroll in 5 classes and then the social club, we just refund you a certain percentage back to you. So that's how it works. I know it's not ideal, but limitations. So we're also going to do a little raffle. And were you able to enter some folks in our raffle?
I was.
Okay, sweet. So we're going to announce some winners. Anne's going to announce winners. You'll have 2 options. Here's how this works. You're just going to email us and say, hey, I won tonight. And you can either get 25% off a 20-week class or you can get 50% off a 10-week class. Okay, so we're going to have 3 winners. Anne, let me stop talking. You want to do all the great stuff?
Of course. I'm sorry if you can hear a squeaky toy. Right on cue. Thank you, Dozer.
We can't hear it for the record.
Okay.
Your dogs are always present, but not as loud for us.
They're the ominous in my room all the time. Okay, so congratulations. So we have 3 winners. The first winner is Ashley and Jasper.
Ooh,
Are you guys still on? Congratulations. I hope they're still on.
Are they still here? Are they still here?
I
see someone nodding.
They are still here.
Okay,
Yay,
perfect.
okay, thank you. Okay, yeah, Ashley and Jasper. So just email us the one class that you want, and we'll figure out, we're going to send you a code, and we'll figure all that out after. So congratulations, Ashley and Jasper. Okay, Anne, back to you.
Second winner is Nita Hansen.
Ooh, congratulations. Are you still here? I have to see if you're still here.
Nita Hansen is also still here.
Amy, what would I do without you? Thank you.
Amy, eyes and ears. I love it.
Thank you, Amy. So yes, Nita, same thing. Just email us and let us know. Congratulations. And that's good for either a 25% off a 20-week class or 50% off a 10-week class. And we have one more winner.
Our final winner is Tamra YSA Auntie,
Ooh.
Cedric.
Awesome. I hope you're still here. Are you still here too? Yeah. And I want to just say, can I unmute you for a second? We just got to meet in real life at NAGC this 2 weekends ago, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
do you mind if I share what you're doing? You can say no.
You're fine. Go ahead.
So this lovely human being is sponsoring family member, a nephew, to take our courses. And her nephew is absolutely shining in our World War I and World War II weaponry tools of war class. And I'm so happy that you won this because I so appreciate the fact that this is not even your own offspring. You are sponsoring your family, and I am just so grateful to you. So thank you so very much.
You bet. Yeah. Happy to be able to do it. His family can't right now. So I'm happy to be in a position that I can.
Well, you are a beautiful human being. I appreciate you. And it was so cool to be able to meet you and hug you in real life as well. Thank you. Okay, that's what I love about these conferences. All right, so friends, we are going to thank you for that, Anne. And again, winners, just email us and remind us you won, and we'll send you a special code that you can use. You just have to let us know if you want a 20-week class or a 10-week class. So please email us, and I am going to bring us to a close here. I'm going to stop the recording, and I'm going to stay and answer all of your questions. I want to make sure that everyone can have their questions answered. And I want to just say, I am so excited to go on this journey with you and start the strongest new year with you. And I want to make sure that you can start it tonight. So please use that code, and please make sure you get all the support that you need. And please enjoy coming into our little virtual village that you've heard all these families share about tonight.